me versus Brock Lesnar is somewhat equivalent to Mayweather and McGregor. I mean, a lot of people would assume that I would lose that fight. I mean, Brock Lesnar is super athletic. He was a Division I national wrestling champion. Yeah, he's older, but he's just a freak. I mean, he's a rare talent. I don't know what the betting odds would be on that one. And so it's just like, you know what? Do the impossible. You know, be the David and David and Goliath story.
Sure.
Just the same way, you know, McGregor dares Floyd Mayweather. It's like, you know what? If you come up short, at least you have more balls than the average American to even step in there. If you win, just the glory that comes with beating a Floyd Mayweather or beating a Brock Lesnar. Right. You know, it's huge.
Very few fighters ever need to cut weight just to make the 265-pound UFC heavyweight limit, but Brock Lesnar isn't like anyone else. He's a different breed of athlete entirely, a true monster in human form. So, let's take a closer look. These are some of the most legendary fighters explaining just how terrifying Brock Lesnar really was inside that cage. And what better place to start than with the man who ended Lesnar's legendary title reign, Cain Velasquez.
Stronger than Bigfoot. He was stronger as far as like in the clinch. He had me up against the fence once, and I'm like, okay, I'm not getting out of this. Like I'm gonna wait to see what he does because I can't move. You know, like I'm stuck out here. Like I'm stuck. I even put my foot between the canvas and the fence. Yeah. Like I shoved my foot in there, like, you know, try to stop this, and no, he lifted my legs up, took me down. But yeah. So he was strong in that sense. And then when I fought
that night, Cain Velasquez was on fire. Watching him slice through Brock Lesnar like he wasn't even there marked the arrival of a new era in the heavyweight division. But even though Cain's victory was as clean and dominant as it gets, it speaks volumes that he still admitted he couldn't come close to matching Brock's raw, brute strength head-on. Frank Mir, who had the rare experience of facing Lesnar twice, with each man taking one victory, shared his own thoughts in a conversation with Paddy Pimblett, reflecting on the sheer power of his former rival and fellow heavyweight champion.
Because as you say, you're a big man yourself, lad, but he's just next level, isn't he? Like the size of him was just crazy.
Yeah, his from the waist up. I think from the waist down, actually, I got him beat leg-wise, you know what I mean? Like deadlifting and whatnot. But his back was unreal. I remember even when he was weighing in, I was looking at him. I was like, Jesus, that's a human being. It looked like looking at a steer. You know what I mean? Like you look at a horse and just like the thickness of their muscles. It was just, I was like, I've never seen a human being look like that. Like it was just unreal.
Looking back, putting Brock Lesnar against former champion Frank Mir in just his second professional fight has to be one of the wildest matchmaking decisions in MMA history. And yet, it almost worked. Lesnar came out like a freight train, overwhelming Mir with raw aggression and nearly finishing him early. You can actually hear in Mir's own words the shock of standing across from a man that massive and that fast. And still, Mir pulled off the impossible, catching Lesnar in a leg lock and forcing the tap in the very first round. That moment wasn't just skill, it was survival. Even Georges St-Pierre, one of the greatest martial artists ever, has spoken about Brock with genuine respect. GSP knows real talent when he sees it, and he's under no illusion about Lesnar's pedigree as a true athlete.
In terms of Brock Lesnar, Brock Lesnar is a very decorated wrestler. And he was world champion before. Of course, he got suspended because of performance-enhancing drug, and right away he's back for a title shot. That's why people is complaining. This I understand. But in terms of his pedigree as a fighter, as a martial artist, I consider wrestling, boxing as a martial art as well. He's a well-decorated athlete, and he proved his skill before.
And when Georges St-Pierre calls you a legit fighter, you know you've earned that label. Even Tito Ortiz chimed in, saying he'd make a good matchup for the 300-pound powerhouse. Whether he meant it seriously or not, it's hard not to smile at the thought.
Brock Lesnar's going to do against Daniel Cormier if that fight happens.
Man, see, I like Brock. Brock's my boy. My kids love Brock. I like Daniel Cormier also. He's an amazing athlete. You can't do both. You can't do the professional wrestling and MMA. You pick one or the other. And if you try to mix both of them, you're not going to do well. But I think Brock does have a chance.
Someone's asking on here how you would do against Brock Lesnar.
How would I do against Brock Lesnar? Now, come on, people. Brock, you know, it would be submission. Come on. I'm a wrestler. I can defend the takedown. He's a bigger man, so I'd be looking for chokes. rear naked chokes, guillotines. I know I'm willing to challenge my skills versus his. He outweighs me by a few pounds, but I like Brock, man. I think Brock's a good dude. I think he's a good athlete, and I think he's worked hard for where he is today. And I'd have to team up with Brock, not fight.
Tito Ortiz has never exactly been known for thinking before he speaks. Still, he sounded pretty confident when he claimed he could step up in weight and take on the former heavyweight champion himself. Could Tito actually win? Well, in theory, it's not the most insane idea ever, but in reality, Brock Lesnar would probably maul him into oblivion. Maybe Tito just wanted the payday that comes with saying Brock's name out loud. Interestingly, Tony Ferguson also has a unique connection to Lesnar. He was the winner of the Ultimate Fighter season that featured Brock as a coach, so there's a bit of shared history there too.
Bigger than you though? Are you facing bigger guys?
I always imagined that my opponent's huge. I'm gonna be real, but I've been dropping people since I was like little, dude. And I'm gonna be real. I told Brock the same thing. I was like, everybody's the same size on the ground. Brock, don't make me ankle pick you.
See your world, man. Coach.
He's ferocious.
Now for the call of the ceremonial weight for UFC 279.
And while Tito's challenge sounded far-fetched, Tony Ferguson took things to another level. If calling out Brock Lesnar was bold, Tony's version was downright reckless. Meanwhile, Jon Jones, always one to stir the pot, leaned right into the hype, doing everything he could to sell the idea of a potential showdown between himself and the Beast from Minnesota.
Brock Lesnar! If you want to know what it feels like to get your ass kicked by a guy who weighs 40 pounds less than you, meet me in the Octagon.
Me versus Brock Lesnar is somewhat equivalent to Mayweather and McGregor. I mean, a lot of people would assume that I would lose that fight. I mean, Brock Lesnar is super athletic. He was a Division I national wrestling champion. Yeah, he's older, but he's just a freak. I mean, he's a rare talent. I don't know what the betting odds would be on that one. And so it's just like, you know what? Do the impossible. You know, be the David and David and Goliath story. Sure. Just the same way, you know, McGregor dares to compete against Floyd Mayweather. It's like, you know what? If you come up short, at least you have more balls than the average American to even step in there. If you win, just the glory that comes with beating a Floyd Mayweather or beating a Brock Lesnar. Right. You know, it's.
In reality, would Jon Jones have easily run through an older, out-of-practice Brock Lesnar? Probably. But when you step into the cage with a man that massive, anything can happen. One wrong move, one mistake, and suddenly, everything can go downhill fast. Still, Jon Jones isn't the kind of fighter who makes many mistakes. Every time Brock's name gets mentioned, you can almost see the dollar signs light up in his eyes. But just like Daniel Cormier's push for a Lesnar fight, it was one of those dream matchups that never quite came to life. And before we wrap up, how could we forget this stone-cold classic from the reigning UFC lightweight champion, Islam Makhachev?
Hey, DC, tell this guy I deserve for top 15, or I wanna fight with Brock Lesnar.
At that point in his career, Islam Makhachev was struggling just to find opponents inside the lightweight top 15. Guys were avoiding him left and right. Nobody wanted to risk their ranking against such a bad stylistic matchup. The thought of Brock Lesnar rolling with Islam is both hilarious and oddly fascinating. Imagine if Khabib and Islam teamed up against Lesnar. Now that would be something worth watching. But here's the real question. What's your favorite Brock Lesnar performance? And how far do you think he could have gone if it wasn't for his injuries? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that subscribe button, stick around for more, and support the channel by checking out some of our other uploads. Thanks for watching.